Shalom Aleichem, everyone. We're continuing here in Hachzeg's learning of the PELE YOETZ. We're on day number 21 in the chapter of Avas Ish V'Isha, and we're talking about from the angle of a wife's love that she has for her husband. V'hine Isha shebechek yirei Elokim tinosein, a woman who is given into the chek, into the bosom of a husband that is yirei Elokim, a God-fearing man. And all the more so if she finds a husband who is great in Torah and his midos and the like. It's simple that she is going to honor him and to love him with a very deep and strong love. However, we have to be mizaris, we have to encourage a woman even more. If she ended up falling into the portion of a husband who is very difficult with his midos, his character, and his traits and his mind, let's say that he's somewhat of a shamed and disgraced individual, he's lacking all good qualities. Chas v'shalom, God forbid that this woman should look at her husband who seems to be somewhat disgraceful in her eyes, and therefore she should be very lax in the honor that she gives him, and he should be an embarrassment in her eyes. Rak al kol panim tizar b'choda. Nevertheless, even if he's not the greatest tzaddik in the world, and he's got a lot of shortcomings and faults, the role of the wife is still to be very particular to make sure she gives him the proper respect. Katoiv k'choite. Just like for the good one you do, so too for the sinner you do as well. Kenikla kenichbad. The one that is a nikla, that is just disgraceful, is like the one that is nichbad, that is honorable as well. Meaning, no matter what your husband looks like, no matter how he acts, says the PELE YOETZ, a wife has an obligation to be mechabed him, to honor him properly. Ki devar melech, because the word of the king, Malkol shel olam, the king of the universe, Hashem, Allah is upon her. Umala ba'ade kavshe derachmana. What business does she have in the hidden matters of the Rebbeinu Shalom? How does she know why HaKadosh Baruch Hu brought her to this husband and not another husband that she sees? Her friend seems to have the magical husband, the knight in shining armor, beautiful midas, yira shemayim, prestige, chashuv person, and her husband is shlemazel over here, who doesn't know how to talk to her, doesn't know how to treat her. Why did Hashem do that to her? She doesn't know, and we'll never know. When you get into that world over there after 120, suddenly all the truth becomes revealed, but in this world, can't know. HaKadosh Baruch Hu pays close attention to the Yechidim, to the individuals, and then he is mezavik zivugim, he brings them together as their partners in life. Okay. Therefore, whatever she's obligated to do for the honor of her husband, ta'aseh, she must do. What is this comparable to? A man that the king very much wants to honor him properly. He made him like the viceroy, second in command to the king. And every person in the nation is obligated now to give him the proper honor. Even if he's a person that is a tsarua, he's got some physical mums in blemishes. He's a zav, he's excreting different things, and he's got issues. Cain, nevertheless, he's the viceroy. So you are obligated to give this man cover, to give him honor, because the king put him there. Cain hadavar hazeh. So too is this situation over here. The king has given you this husband. Now he might not be something to write home about, and it might be very aggravating. The way that he dresses, the way that he eats, the way that he puts on his glasses, the way that he lies around the house, all these things that he does. His lack of prestige, his lack of honor for himself, all these things might bother the woman tremendously. Nevertheless, that's how HaKadosh Baruch Hu brought to you. at your doorstep, at the chuppah, at the Sheva Brachos. And if that's who Hashem has brought to you, your job is to be mechabedim, to honor him the best that you can. Just like a woman has to be very careful about the mitzvahs of nida, her menstrual cycle, and going to the mikvah, challah, and making challah, v'adlachas and lighting the candles Friday night. Those are the mitzvahs that are incumbent upon a woman. She has to be very careful about the honor that she gives to her husband. No less than lighting the candles, no less than going to the mikvah, no less than making the challah. Just like over there, those are incumbent upon her. Honoring your husband is incumbent upon you as well. That's what the king has commanded us. Her reward will increase when HaKadosh Baruch Hu sees through her actions that she's doing everything l'shem pa'olam, for the sake of Hashem Himself. If the guy is a shlemazel, he's a bad midah, he's embarrassing, he's low to the you can't imagine. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu sees, no, even though she still continues to be mechabed and properly, and give him and love him and respect him and encourage. So that shows she's l'shem shemayim. She's fulfilling the gezer, the decree of the king. Rabbi Chazal teach us, you will not find a more kosher, a more proper wife, except for the one who does the will of her husband. You want to know who is a kosher wife, who is an upstanding, prestigious, wonderful wife? The one who does to the best of her abilities, fulfills the bidding of her husband. All women, they should be amazed at the following Maisa story that takes place in Shas, in the Gemara in Nidarim. There was one of the great sages of Bava ben Buta, and there was a man who told his wife, he got upset with his wife, and they didn't understand the same language, and he told her that he wants her to go take the Buta to the Bava and do what? Go and what he thought was to break the candlesticks on the head of Bava ben Buta. Now that's ridiculous over here, because what husband would ever tell his wife to do something? But that's what she heard. And she was a dedicated wife, and she believed that whatever her husband said, she has to do. So if he said to go and break the candlesticks on the head of Bava ben Buta, she's going to do it. So she goes, she sees Bava ben Buta sitting there, and she has these candlesticks in her hand. V'hiksa roisha Bava ben Buta, and she cracked it over the head of Bava ben Buta. B'sayva shechein siva l'bayla. She thought that's what her husband asked her to do. Ubeirach oisa shela ben, and Bava ben Buta was so amazed. He gave her a bracha that she should have a son, Bava ben Buta, that will be just like him, Bava ben Buta. Because she did the will of her husband, even though, miss, it's illogical that your husband would say to take the candlesticks and crack them over my head. Your husband's a fine man. There's no way that he would do such a thing. But you didn't understand his language, and you thought you understood what he said. So you followed through with every part of his command. That you deserve a bracha. You should have great children. Al-Kain. Kol anashim yitnu yikar leba'alein. All women should give honor to their husbands. L'migolav al-katan, from the great ones, even to the little ones who are not so chashiv. He's your husband. You give him all of the cover that you possibly can to make him feel that he is the melech, he's the king in your house. All the best.